Damn, that blew a lot of bubbles. Thing blows a lot of bubbles. It's red. Look at all the beautiful bubbles. You got to take pictures of the. Do some long exposures too of those, because those were really cool looking with the flashlight on them. We could try. We could even try using a black light flashlight and a laser and do different. I like when they get really long. That would be fun, huh? Good idea, babe. Yeah, the No Kings is just like co-opted. Yeah, and they're like trying to steal your crown, right? Yeah, no crowns. That's what the. Hey, what's up, Mojo? Oh. Yeah, no kings. Yeah, it's like they have the crown crossed out as their logo. They're like, don't get your crown chakra. Total psyop. What the fuck? Give me my bubbles. Not working. Yeah, well, it's interesting how they called it the coronavirus. Yeah, for sure. I think you're onto something with that. Yeah. Well, it's a mind virus. That's what people were saying. But like, it really was a virus in a few senses of the word. Like, I think if, if you, I still stand by the idea that if you believed in COVID, then it was real. But since I didn't believe in it, it wasn't real for me. So I could say it was fake, and I wasn't lying. But I would agree with people that would argue with me. I'd be like, you know what? It is real for you if you believe in it, and you're probably going to get sick, and if you follow all their advice, you might even die. Dude, there's people that go into those clinical trials, and they'll be, because you don't know when you're in the placebo arm, and they'll there's people that die on the placebo arm of the experiment, and it's like they go in there thinking they're going to die, and because it's like maybe it's just that's the way, just the way statistics are. But yeah, it's like they didn't even get the shot. I used to talk about that a lot more, but then I did discover, which kind of took the wind out of my sails a little bit, but just as far as making that point that, like, you can create your reality by what you think. Like, they went into that clinical trial thinking I might die, but they just did it anyways, and they ended up dying. But they didn't even get the shot. They were in the placebo, right? Because you don't know when you're given the placebo. Obviously, that's how it works. But but then I did find later that, well, at least with the COVID, um, the shots, the clinical trials, the supposed quote unquote clinical trials they did for those, they the placebo arm, like, you have to look into it to find out. But they gave the people, they did the experiment where they gave, most people the shot or whatever, but then they gave a placebo to some people just to see, compare. But the placebo shot they gave people was like it was like a meningitis vaccine or something. Well, they should have given nothing. Yeah. Exactly. It was just some other thing that has all kinds of other problems. It's like, dude, they're just trying to water it down, to where it's like, oh, well, looks compares pretty good with the placebo branch. That wasn't a placebo, though, dude. It's supposed to be inert. It's supposed to be nothing, yeah. And it's just incredible that they could get away with fraud to that level. I mean, where I could find that information, it's like, dude, that is sad. I mean, there's no way to explain that one away. It's just mind-boggling, and that any real scientist would, no real scientist would put their okay on that, would stamp that. And so that means everybody that's involved with that trial is just a complete fraud, just a total sellout. Either that or they're just completely retarded. But I don't think I don't think there's. I think even a retarded person would be able to see the problem with that. Yeah. Right. That's like I was saying before. I'm like, you can't accidentally create a supposed life saving shot or medicine that's going to have, you know, a growing list. At the time when I made that sort of like observation, where I'm like, this, it was like 9 pages of fine print, different like life threatening ailments, including death, that can come as a result of these shots. And it's like, that was like 4 or 5 years ago. It was a growing list. It's like you don't accidentally make something that can cause that much potential harm and damage. Like you have to try hard. I mean, that's the culmination of like all like the whole entire body of science. They've been that's what you get is something that dangerous. They've been trying that long to make something that dangerous, and it's supposed to be life saving. What's up, Jay? Here, I'll put it over here so you don't have to worry about it. Blue Jay. Help yourself, buddy. I won't bug you. Hi. Hi. I know. Come get it. I'm not going to scare you. Would you like me to put it on the stairs? Maybe that'd be better. Here you go. This way it doesn't seem like a trap. Oh, there you go. Now it's right there. You can't even see it. All right, come on, let's go. I need backup. I need backup. Who's going to be eyes for me? I got to go swoop in and get some cat food. What's up, Barbara Merrick? Shout out for Raging Ryan. Oh, people come in here a lot trying to get shout outs. Who's Raging Ryan? Is he like a YouTuber that does? Well, I mean, what does he do? He just rages. My son's name is Rylan, so I'll shout out Raging Ryan just because it rhymes with Rylan. But if since I did that for you, will you shout out my son's channel, which is called? I'll just shout it out, but it's called Reset Industries. He's really good too. Like he does these little edits. The stuff that he posts is more. It's probably stuff that's more like it's more trendy. It's like he does like Gorilla Tag, and he does his little edits and like it's really good. I think it's quite clever. I'm really impressed. I'm surprised he isn't like has millions of subs. Maybe he will someday. Reset Industries, and then you could type in like Gorilla Tag or something. You'll be able to find it then. Because if you just type in Reset Industries, there's a bunch of stuff that comes up. You might not be able to find it. But if you type in Reset Industries with Gorilla Tag, then that'll come up. I love that he chose that name. Yeah, it's super cute. Yeah, I know, because he made his sweatshirt for his. He's only 10 years old, but he made his sweatshirt, and we're all wearing his Reset Industries sweatshirts, and it's totally like, yeah, it's the even greater reset. And it's funny because I used to have this thing where me and my brother, like we had like a recording studio down here, and I called it Danger Studios just because it was so like haphazard. There was always instruments falling over, and I was just like danger, and it's like, and my old guitar that I had from years before that I named Danger Mom. I don't know why I named her Danger Mom. It's like my bitch, it's like my guitar is like, Danger Mom. It just seems so because it was just all decorated and all crazy, all psychedelic madness. I used to paint my guitars and get really into it. But Danger Mom was like that was like that was what I was known for a while. Like people would see me, they'd be like, "I remember Danger Mom, or where's Danger Mom?" Everybody loved Danger Mom. I left Danger Mom hanging on a tree downtown Santa Cruz one night on the levee, and somebody found her before I made it back to her. And some people downtown said they saw someone carrying her, and it was this hippie chick that was like a traveler girl. And they thought she was from LA or something, but she was just passing through town and she had my guitar on her back at one point. Two people said they saw her, and I was like, oh, well, at least somebody got the guitar. It wasn't thrown away or some dumb. Yeah, it's out there still, roaming the country. Yeah, yeah, it just moved on. And I've had some other cool experiences with guitars, like because I had this one guitar that I painted. It was called, I named her Devilia. It was like the female devil, and it was all like kind of. It was for Halloween. I would paint a guitar and I'd go downtown and just play it until it fell apart and just leave it there. And that particular one, Devilia, I left down there after playing all night, and it was just so cool looking when it was, but all the strings broke by the time I was done. I was just like, and it was just broken. The guitar was just through, but it looked neat, and I just left it sitting on the levee. It was just kind of like this, it just where it was sitting, it just looked like it belonged there. I'm like, I'm just gonna put it there, and then some time passed, like maybe like a year later or something, and I'm downtown playing some new painted guitar that I had, some psychedelic guitar, and this guy comes up to me. He's like, "Hey, did you leave a guitar that looked kind of like that down here after Halloween last year, like a year ago?" And he's all, it was up on the levee, and he started explaining it. I'm like, "Oh yeah, it was Devilia," and he's like, "Yes." I was like, "Yeah, that was mine. I left it up there after playing it all night down here on Halloween." And he's like, "Oh, cool." He's like, "Well, that's." He's like, "I found it, and I thought it looked so cool where you'd left it, and I ended up donating it to the Museum of Art down in Santa Cruz, and it's on the wall in there." He's all, it's listed as an unknown artist, but it was hanging on the Museum of Art, and I wanted to go in there and they say, "Hey, that's mine," but I'm like, no, I like the unknown artist part about it. That's one of the that's what makes it so interesting. So I'm unknown artist. That's who I am. I'm so unknown. Been game. Yo, I'm back. Been a while. Yeah, Red Death Gaming. Dude, I'm so glad you guys are here. Or it looks like there's only one person here, but I'm glad somebody's here because it feels kind of pointless when you do a show and nobody watches it. But I still do it anyways. It's good. It's a good exercise. I probably do need a charger. Oh, I might as well grab it. Thank you, baby. I love you. What are you doing, I finally put strings on my guitar. Look at this thing. It's all strung up. I was slacking hard, man, for like months. I was just playing 5 string, and some of the strings were already repaired, like where I like tie them back together after they break, and it was just barely hanging on for dear life, hanging by threads. And I finally broke down and went and bought a $7 pack of guitar strings, and I bought the lighter gauge, the extra light gauge this time, because I want to see if that makes a difference. Because I have this problem with, it's a reoccurring problem. Every time I put strings on my guitar, the G string will go bad eventually. Like it happens pretty quickly and I play a lot of guitar, but like within a couple of weeks, the G string, which is like the thinnest gauge string that's actually still wound, because the B string and the E string are the two thinner ones, and they're not wound, but the G string is still wound. It's like where they have like a copper or bronze alloy or whatever that they wrap around a string, so it's like a spiral all the way around the whole string. You could peel it off. It's like string cheese. But so the G string is the most thin. I mean, that's the only thing about it that's unique in that sense. But I don't know why it's the one that always comes unwound. Like it'll start unwinding, and it's a problem that happens every time. So it goes bad, and so I have like all these sets of strings that are missing the G string because that's all. Because you can't buy individual strings anywhere around here. But I bought the extra light gauge, so I'm just making a note of it right now to see, like, if this ends up being the solution to my problem, I'll be so stoked. I'm just trying to be proactive about solving my G string issue. It's really kind of getting on my nerves. You don't want to have G string issues, you know, because it's right in the middle there, If your G string goes bad, I mean, it pretty much wrecks everything. YouTube channel. That's the name of your channel. Like that. Hey, what's up, QTA? Question the answers. Put down my tools and pick up the phone and let you know that we always listen here, but sometimes can't comment. Oh, right on, man. That's good to know. Cool. That's encouraging. Very encouraging. Um, what was I talking about? Oh, yeah. Somebody wants me to say happy birthday to Nick Herr, Herr. Happy birthday, Nick. How old is he? Like a kid or like a grown man like myself? Never thought I'd call myself a grown man. Oh, oh, drat. Well, I don't really feel like a grown man. I feel like a little child. I always say it's like people thought that I was an old soul when I was a kid. When I met people like that were older than me, and I'd hang out. Like when you're a young kid, like teenager, and you're partying and doing drugs and hanging out and drinking, partying, you always hang out with older people because you kind of have to, because no younger people have access to that stuff, party supplies and shit. And so that's how you find yourself hanging out with older people as a teenager, and so whenever I would do that, I'd hang out with older people, and nothing creepy ever happened. I'm just saying, it was like I hung out with a lot of older people when I was younger, and they always told me that I was like an old soul. And I'm like, well, okay, I guess that's a compliment or something, or just an observation, but I don't know that I felt like an old soul. But it's funny that now that I'm an old man, people tell me I act like a little kid. Like I'm just immature, like childlike mind. You're a flat earther. Well, you got the mind of a 5-year-old. I'm like, yeah, well, thanks. Their minds are more pure and more, like it depends. I mean, who we're talking about, but it's like when you have had less propaganda and indoctrination hammered into your mind is, whatever your reality is operating on a lot more of a pure, like, where it's like you're dealing with truth. You're not like, you don't have all these filters placed between you and your immediate reality, where you have to like run it through the filter of, science and like pop culture and fucking history and all this bullshit that we've been taught that's not even fucking true. I was coming at the right time. You're sexy. I love you. Mm. So yeah, it's not an insult to tell me I have a childlike mind. It's actually a compliment, because we've been living in a backwards world. Everything been hurled into obscurity. We can barely see the way it used to be. We've been living in a backwards world. Everything has been turned upside down. They want to shake the devil out. We've been living in a backwards world. Everything's been hurled into obscurity, and we can barely see the way it used to be. Everything's been inverted. Let's see, like, everything's been inverted, perverted, subverted. Well, we all were herded like cattle to the slaughterhouse. We've been living in it. What is that noise? It keeps fucking with me. Weird. We've been living in a upside down clown world. Strings are still stretching out. Hi, Blue Jay. I put the food right there. He's getting closer. Cute. Help yourself, Blue Jay. I put it there for you. He's like, I'm going in. So come over here. Keep eyes for me. I'm going in. I didn't go to heaven, heaven came to me. Didn't come around, I just came to be. Didn't write this song, it was here all along, waiting for your ears to hear. And now that you are here, well, everything's in its right place. Everything's in its right place. There's no time to waste. It's a picture perfect paradise. It's a picture perfect paradise. Isn't it nice? It's a picture perfect paradise. It's a picture perfect paradise. Isn't it nice? Picture perfect paradise. Take my advice. Don't think twice. Just dive in headstrong. Don't wait too long. Because everything's in its right place. Everything's in its right place. Everything's in its right place. There's no time to wait. There's no time to wait. Everything's in its right place. There's no time to wait. Everything's in its right place. In the middle of everywhere. There's no such thing as the middle of nowhere. You could never be in the middle of nowhere. There's no such thing as the middle of nowhere. You can never go there. There's no such thing in the middle of everywhere. The needle on the compass is straight, indicating to you if you follow through, you will never return. It's a straight line through and through. If you follow through, you will never return. It's a straight line in the middle of everywhere. The needle on the compass is straight, indicating to you if you follow through, you will never return. It's a straight line through and through. If you follow through, you will never return. It's up to you. Singing this song to you, and it's a song that is true, and everything's in its right place. Everything's in its right place. There's no time to wait. There's no time to wait. What is it? There's no time to wait. There's no time to wait. It's a picture perfect paradise. It's a picture perfect paradise. Isn't it nice? It's a picture perfect paradise. Picture perfect paradise. Isn't it nice? Take my advice. Don't think twice. Dive in headstrong. Don't wait too long. Everything's in its right place. Everything's in its right place. There's no time to wait. There's no time to wait. Everything's in its right place. There's no time to wait. Everything's in its right place. I didn't go to heaven, heaven came to me. Didn't come around. I didn't write this song wrote me, and it tells you how I am, who I am. It tells you how I am, who I am, who am I? Do you know who you are? Do you know how you are? Do you know how you are? Who you are? Who are you? Do you know how you are? Who you are? Who are you? Do you know who you are? Who are you? Do you know how you are? Who you are? Who are you? Do you know how you are? Who you are? Who are you? Who are you? Do you know who you are? How are you? Who you are? Who are you? How are you? Hi, how are you? I'm hi. How are you? Are you hi too? Who are you? Who are you? How are you? Who you are? Who are you? Do you know who you are? How high are you? I'm high. Are you too? I'm high. How are you? Are you high too? Yeah, cotton mouth. I'm that high. Mouth is all like making all this slapping around dry mouth noise. Sounds terrible. I hate it. Gotta whip my whistle. It's a picture perfect paradise. Isn't it nice? Isn't it nice? It's a picture perfect paradise. Isn't it nice? Picture perfect paradise. Isn't it nice? Picture perfect paradise. Isn't it nice? It's so nice. Take my advice. Don't think twice, just dive in. Headstrong. Don't wait too long. Because everything's in its right place. Everything's in its right place. There's no time to waste. There's no time to waste. Everything's in its right place. There's no time to waste. Everything's in its right place. Do-do-do-do-do-do. In the middle of everywhere. There's no such thing as the middle of nowhere. You could never go there. There's no such thing as nothing. You could never have nothing in the middle of everything. The needle on the compass is straight, indicating to you if you follow through, you will never return. It's a straight line. Through and through, if you follow through, you will never return. It's a straight line through and through. In the middle of everywhere, the needle on the compass is straight, indicating to you if you follow through, you will never return. It's a straight line. You will never return. It's a straight line. You gotta travel in a circle if you wanna return to where you began. You gotta go in a circle, man. A straight line will never bring you back around. You will never return. Straight line through and through. You will never return. If you follow through, it's up to you. I'm just singing a song to you, and it's a song that is true. Everything is in its right place. Everything is in its right place. There's no time to wait. There's no time to waste. It's a picture perfect paradise. A picture perfect paradise. It's a picture perfect paradise. Isn't it nice? It's a picture perfect paradise. Isn't it nice? It's a picture perfect paradise. Isn't it nice? Take my advice. Don't think twice. Dive in headstrong. Don't wait. Is headstrong a figure of speech? I don't know where I got that. It just became the lyrics, and I don't know where I got that. Is that something that people say? Headstrong. So I find that to be a weird thing to say, but I just can't change it because it just got like sometimes when I write a song, like certain things just get embedded into it, and I can't shake it. So I can't ever change that lyric. I hope it's just maybe it's some new phrase that I've thought up myself, and then people will be like, "Oh, go on, just dive on in, headstrong." Yeah, that's what people have always said. You know, headstrong. Yeah, you got to have a strong head on. You got to get your head strong on. Stringing that head strong on, singing a headstrong song. I found some random old recording of mine on. Well, it's not even that old, but it was just recently. Actually, it was on my live highlight playlist. But I'm just singing like I'm just making shit up like I do sometimes. I'm just like, you can't face anything if you can't feel your face. How do you expect to face the world if you can't even feel your face? Your face is numb and you're just dumb if you think you can face anything that way. If you can't feel your face, then you can't face it. You gotta face the fact that you can't face that, cause your face is numb and that's how come you haven't faced the world in a while, cause you can't even feel your fucking face. Face the fact that you can't face back. You can't face first, and you can't face the truth if you can't even feel your fucking face. I like we have to avoid hats. Yeah. Have a good walk, baby. You nice legs. Love you. Can't even face the truth if you can't feel your face. Can't even face the truth without feeling your face, you fool. Can't even feel your fucking face. How do you expect to fucking face the world that's coming at your face? How do you expect to face the world if you can't even feel your fucking face? How do you expect to face the fact that you can't face the world like that? You can't even feel your fucking face, it's fucking dumb. And that's how come you haven't even faced the truth. And it's been facing you. But you've been facing the wrong fucking way, 'cause you can't even feel your fucking face. You can't even feel your face, and that's why you're fucking facing the wrong way. 'Cause you don't even know which way the wind will blow if you can't even feel your fucking face. You've got nothing to feel. Your face that feels so numb, and that's how come you haven't even faced up to the fact that you can't face that when you got nothing on your face that feels in the first place. can't even feel what's happening to your face. How do you expect to face reality if you can't feel your fucking face? And you can't face nothing without your face feelings. It feels like your face might have been erased if you can't feel your face, but that's the worst case scenario. It's just a figure of speech. Don't gotta be so hard to reach. If you lose your face, you can gain your face back again. It's just about being real and staying true. Facing up when you have to be facing facts that you lost your face in the act. It's good in the long run, 'cause now you've been done, exposed, and you know that's how the world goes. Better than having to hide the fact. Go around pretending that something ain't real when you know what's true and you haven't even faced it, 'cause your face is fucking numb. You can't face nothing that way. There's nothing coming you won't be able to face. Just face the fact that that's how the world plays out. You will get your face feelings back. Don't need to act anymore. You be the real thing, man. Don't need to act anymore. You don't need to go and get your face so numb every day just to feel like you can face the day, but you're not facing shit when you can't feel your fucking face. I made my fucking point yet? Yes, I think I did. I'll just run it into the ground until you finally hear the sound and turn around and face the truth. It's facing at you, but you keep looking the other way. Stop looking the other way. It's so much easier to just say what's true instead of having to pretend you never knew. Whoops, I didn't realize that. Well, I don't know how I missed that. Oh, I'm just going to go fade into the bushes. My shit's blown away. You can't even face the fact that your face got jacked. Oh, there's my smoke. All right, I didn't smoke it. I like when I discovered that I actually didn't smoke my smoke. Smoke 'em if you get 'em and burn 'em down. We're gonna get lit up and burn this town down. You're right back. You can't face the fact that your face is whack. And a little solar powered fountain is working again. That means we must have had the hour change. It's like reality just lurched forward an hour last night at 2 o'clock in the morning. I was like, wait a second. It was almost 2 o'clock, and all of a sudden it was 3. I'm like, well, oh fuck. I'm not trying to stay up all night. I was like, I'm working on some songs. I'm just sitting there by myself playing guitar, and I look at the clock. It's like 1 something. I'm like, ah, fuck. I gotta get to bed. And I keep goofing off a little bit longer, and then I look at the clock, and it's like 3 something. I'm like, wait, fuck me. I'm not that out of it. You can't just slide an hour by me like that. I'm not that fucked up or anything. I'm just stoned. Like, you can't just, like, I've been at it for a while. I've been in it for a minute, man. You can't just, an hour doesn't go by like that. I know what happened. I was aware. I was somewhat coherent, lucid. I was paying attention. That was more like 20 minutes, not an hour and a half. But sure enough, I asked my girlfriend this morning, did we lose an hour last night? And she's like, oh yeah, it's supposed to, the time change was supposed to happen soon. I'm like, oh, it must have been last night, because I swear to God, I was like, I was battling with reality. I'm like, no, you can't do that to me. I know what time it was. I just looked. There's no fucking way it's 3. I thought I was watching my thing malfunction, but I'm like, wait, is it already the spring forward time? I guess it's, yeah, March is spring. Time keeps on marching, marching, marching. I want to fly like a birdie to the sea. Fly, let my fly wings carry me. It's not really that profound to say time keeps on ticking, slipping into the future, but it just sounds cool, though. I wrote a song about time, too, after years and years and years of research, dirty work, digging in the earth, working things for what it's worth. It seems that we found out there's there's nothing to find out. So we're just gonna pull out for now and try to forget about the whole thing. The fact is, we don't know the facts. The fact is, we don't know the facts. But we've been acting like we do for so long now. It's just hard to backpedal with your foot in your mouth. Pretty much the only thing we can say for sure that is true is that eventually time catches up with you. Time catches up with you, time catches up with you. You're young now, but soon you will be 52. Time catches up, it doesn't stop. It's like a watch, it ticks, it doesn't talk. You got to keep your eye on the clock. It is what it is, unless it isn't, then it ain't. But don't faint from being so stressed. But I guess if you're gonna take some time off your feet, it'd be best to not miss the beat. 'Cause forward is the only way through. And time is catching up with you. Here it comes now. Time catches up with you. Time catches up with you. Time catches up. Here it comes. Don't you know? Time is catching up with you. Time is catching up. Look, there it goes. It caught up and left you there in the dust. No matter which way you go, which way you stare, wherever you look, it's gonna be right there. God had to invent something that God had to invent time. Like we live in a big clock. Without time, nothing has any significance. There's no metric. There's no reference. Eternal consciousness is maddening. You need to have time for anything to have meaning. We needed to invent time in order for things to have a reference, for things to have any fucking meaning whatsoever. Time was very necessary, and it's always running out. It seems like, but it just keeps going though. But your time is running out. Whatever, dude. These days, it seems like everything's just getting redone, rerun, rehashed, revamped, thrown back in your face over and over again to see if it can fly, but it can't. So they just keep trying and trying again and again. And it's like some kind of one-hit wonder that just never really hit. It just gets overplayed, and you're like, fuck, I've had enough of this shit. I'd rather hear some people think, try to speak, try to reach, try to go out and fucking do something new. Try to reach, try to think, try to teach, try to go out and believe in something true. And try to reach, try to think, try to speak, try to go out and do something new. Try to reach, try to speak, try to teach, try to go out and believe in something true. Try to speak, try to reach, try to think, try to go reach, do something new. Try to reach, try to speak, try to teach, don't preach. Just do, because time is catching up with you. Relax. what is it? I forget how the words used to go. Like, um, something about like a Gemini. I'm always torn in two, split down the middle like you, but I can slide right through the crack in my double standards. The crack in my double standards. Like a Gemini, I'm always torn in two, split down the middle like you, but I can slide right through the crack in my double standards. I forget what I rhymed double standards with. That's what I was trying to remember. I can't remember what it was. Some long-winded fucking torrent of words that just comes at you from all directions and fucking, you know, leaves you feeling like you just got slandered, backhanded, and fucking rear-ended and left alone out on a limb to die by yourself. Even a little learn to love it, and better learn to love it, and better learn to leave it alone. You better learn to love it and keep up above it and try to just bring it home. You gotta learn to love it or learn to leave it. Don't ever leave your love alone out on a limb. Just learn to let love get, let that love settle in. You better learn to love it or learn to leave it alone. You better learn to love it or just leave it and try to just leave it alone. Or just learn to love it and bring it home. Make it your own. Stay above it and try to make sure you never leave love alone out on a limb. Better learn to let that love settle in. You better learn to love it, better learn to love it, stay above it, try to let that love settle in. You better learn to love it, but never leave your love alone out on a limb. Learn to love it, stay above it, and let that love settle in. Better learn to love it or learn to leave it alone. Learn to love it, learn to... I don't know, I'm just making this shit up. Give me a type 1 in the chat if you think that could be a song, or if it is already a song and I'm just not aware of it. I'm just channeling country music from the country, the dimension of country, the country dimension. Let's see. Is that a song? Does anybody know if it's already a song? Learn to love it. QTA comes through with the 1. Right on, buddy. Sorry to make you put your tools down and whatnot. That shows some dedication right there. I was just thinking of another song I wanted to play, and then I forgot about it right away. What was it? Dang it. It was something I was all excited about. Like, oh, yeah, I'm going to play that. Then I forgot what it was right away. I've been working on that one song since you're here, Question the Answers. One that goes, I got like a little riff that goes with it now where it's like, bow, 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 bow. I don't sneak around, but I wear sneakers. I don't vote, 'cause I don't need a leader. I'll leave time for you on your parking meter. I don't vote, 'cause I don't need a leader. Ooh, right. I don't vote, 'cause I don't need a leader. Ooh, right. I don't vote, 'cause I don't need a leader. Oh, alright. And you shouldn't need a leader either. Well, I don't vote, 'cause I don't need a leader. And you shouldn't need a leader either. I don't beat wives, but I wear wife beaters. I don't vote 'cause I don't need a leader. I don't eat the bugs, but I'll eat an anteater. I don't vote 'cause I don't need a leader. Ooh. Oh. I don't vote 'cause I don't need a leader. Ooh. Oh. And you shouldn't need one either. There's no stupid questions, there's only stupid teachers. I don't vote 'cause I don't need a leader. Oh, okay, alright, You shouldn't need a leader either. Oh, step down from your throne before you're thrown down from the steps. Oh, well, that's what could be coming next for you. Step down from your throne before you're thrown down from the steps. Oh, that's what's coming next for you. Oh, oh, yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Who are you? Do you know if what you're doing is wrong? It's just wrong. And it's the long con that's been going on for far too long. It's the long con going on. That's a different song. It's a different song called The Long Con. It's been going on. It's a long, long, long ongoing con. Going on for far too fucking long. They're conning you senseless. They're conning you senseless. Can't you sense this? Are your senses gone? The con runs on. The con runs on lies that the liars have laid. They leave their layers and layers and layers of lies. The truth has protective layers. That's what they say. Truth has protective layers you can peel away. The layers are the lies that the liars have laid. They leave their layers and layers and layers of lies to disguise the truth. But you can't hide truth forever, ever. Step down from your throne before you're thrown down from the steps. That'd be a funny little cartoon to like animate, you know. The king is stepping down from his throne and he's being thrown down from the steps. Step down from your throne before you're thrown down from the... Like have him falling down a stair for each beat. Thrown down from the steps. Bonk. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. That's how that works. See how that works? That's how that works. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. That's how that works. And the winner of 5 Red Sox, we have Montegraph on the Montegraph channel. The Montegraph, the Montegraph channel. It's the Montegraph, Monte, it's Monte Graph. Montegraph channel. Montegraph, it's one word. Channel. Singing about them Lambo crats. Them Lambo crats. Monty is one psychedelic dude, I tell you. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. And I kind of like his new. I liked his old setup where it was like he was in his office, kind of. He had like a whiteboard in the background, and like you could see his monitor, some cheesy old school monitor that he had that he would stare at, but he'd have another screen that he would look at for the chat, you know. But like his new like his new setup is where he's like just in his living room, and it looks like your grandma's living room, you know. Like it's just there's some antique furniture in the background. It's a nice clean couch. It's all white and it's all like clean. and it looks like some older stuff that's in there, and it's like nice, and it's like he's pretty centered, and he's got like a good mic and a good camera, and he's just sitting on his chair. It's like this old, this old like it looks like your grandma's house, kind of, like if you had like a grandma, you've ever had like a grandma's house where you go to and it's all like nice and clean and old. It just looks like he's in his grandma's house, but he's an old man. He's like a grandpa, so it's sort of like I bet Mrs. Montygraph, she probably makes sure the place looks nice and tidy. Maybe he likes to clean too. I don't know. He's a very interesting character, and his new setting it just reminds me of like there's something that's really psychedelic about it, and I don't know what it is. It's kind of like it would be really crazy to watch on acid. I think the guy, and he was like because he's facing you now. He wasn't always facing you before. You'd see like the side of his head for the most part, but now he's facing you, and he's just such a trippy dude. And it's just like a whole different like delivery now. I love it. Shout out to Monty Graph channel. It's amazing how many people will tune in for a guy like that. I mean, he's just old school. He's been around for so long, but it's like you got like almost 1,000 people in chat sometimes, and he's just like rambling a bunch of crazy old, it's like fucking old school like conspiracy theories. And then he tries to make all his number diagrams. He's like, well, this number, this word means this number, and he starts doing like his own Monty Graph gematria. Like he's got some weird little things he comes up with that it kind of loses me on. But he does talk about a lot of good stuff though. He talks about the wireless body network, the whole thing that's going on, like the Sabrina Wallace has been exposing thoroughly, where it's like our biofields are being hacked by these allegedly by there's like patents and stuff that you can read into, and the information exists where it's like they've been studying things that are kind of beyond our the visible spectrum. We have a biofield. It's otherwise known as your aura, and it functions kind of like a toroid. It's like it's always receiving information and releasing information, and it's like it's interacting with the environment on an unseen to our eyes, level, but it exists and it can be studied, and it's it's like our heart being like the center of that field, and it's like we're generating this field, it's our biofield, and they've been doing a lot of research about this, and they've been keeping it under their hat for the most part. It doesn't make it into mainstream discussions, regarding science that much at all. I mean, it's aura, like somebody having an aura is like that's that would be scoffed at, but that's what that is. It's their biofield, and so it's a real thing. And they've been talking about how they've humans are hackable. They've been dropping hints. It's like they've figured out how to hack into the biofield and utilize your body, your physical, being for like the cloud, and like to what extent I couldn't tell you, but it's not good, and it's being done covertly, and I don't know how to really understand it fully, like, but I get the impression that we're being we're being integrated into the the cloud, basically. It's like the digital reality, the non-real, the fictional, the matrix, the ever encroaching matrix that seeks to cramp all free will, the government that wants to govern your mentality to the point where it's that very voice in your head that tells you what to think. It wants to encroach all the way in and just turn all the knobs and levers in your brain and make sure that you just behave like a good little drone and think like a good little drone and stay to your drone role, and don't you ever get out of control or pose a threat whatsoever, or you'll be reduced. We need to reduce the human population by 1.5 billion people, and I believe we could do this if we do a good job with sticking needles in people. So, yep, we're going to do that. It looks like it's working out pretty well. It's slower than we thought, but it's hard to tell because people lie about the numbers, because they're trying to cover up our democide that we're conducting. wonder if you can just be like, don't hack into my biofield. You know, it's like if it's just like that, it's, hey, fuck off. You don't be hacking into my biofield. And then it's just like you've just put up a force field in front of your biofield, and they can't hack into it just by announcing it. You can't hack into my biofield. Get the fuck out of here. Get that shit away. And don't you come near anybody that I care about over here. Better get that shit out of here. I don't want nobody hacking our biofields. You just got to lay down the law, and then, oh, okay, and whatever, it just backs off. Sorry, I'll go hack into these people's biofield. No, stay out of their biofields. Why don't you just stay out of everyone's biofield? This party's over. Now, look here, this party's over. Time to plug in this party. Actually, my party's about to be over. Where is the plug? The plug. Time to plug this party in. Let's get this party started. Let's get retarded. Let's get this party started. Let's get retarded. Isn't that how they had to change the song? The Black Eyed Peas. I think it was Let's Get Retarded, and they had to change it to Let's Get This Party Started. It's so dumb. Let's get this started. Yeah, that's what I meant to say. I didn't say let's get retarded. No, you guys are tripping. They like Mandala affected their own music. That whole Freddie Mercury, the whole We Are the Champions, the song just ends like that now. It doesn't give you the payoff, like of the world. I always thought it ended with the of the world. We are the champions. It's slow. It retards, it slows down. Champions of the world. And then it was like this, ending, and you had this closure. But now it's like there's a trick ending where you don't get the closure. It's just we are the champions. Really? Did you do that, Freddie? Is that how you wanted that to be remembered? That song is it's like there's no of the world at the end of the song. It kind of leaves you hanging. I decided to do that to one of my songs then. I'm just going to do that to one of my songs, and I'll Mandela affect my own music. See how you like it, Freddie. I like finding shiny things. I like the way they shine. Oh, yes. I like finding shiny things. I like the way they shine. I like finding shiny things. I find them all the time. If you see me finding things, I'm probably finding shiny things. I'll find them all and haul them all away today. I like those shiny items. You can buy them at. I like those shiny items. You can buy them at the store. Like those shiny items, but they cost a lot more than those boring, non-shiny things. And that's why I like finding shiny things for free. Hey, well, if you see me finding things, I'm probably finding shiny things. I'll find them all and haul them all away today. If you see me finding things, I'm probably finding shiny things. Probably. I'm looking for things that are shiny. Is there anything that's shiny here? Oh, well, I'm looking for shiny things. Is it shiny? Can I have this shiny thing? This shiny frosty nugget that I will pack in my bowl and plug it. It was a cross between wedding cake and Gorilla Glue. So it's like wedding glue or Gorilla Cake. Wedding glue. Gorilla wedding. Gorilla cake. I like Gorilla Cake. We're going to go with Gorilla Cake. I grew me some Gorilla Cake and some Screaming Wheat. It's fire. Yes, sir. You got to put it in, you 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 put it in your mouth. Put it in, you put it in, you put it in, you put You got to put it in, you 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 put it in your mouth and light it on fire. Light it on fire. You got to put it in, you 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 put it in your mouth. You got to put it in, you 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 put it in your mouth. You got to put it in, you 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 put it in your mouth and light it on fire. Light it on fire. You got to put it in your mouth and light it on fire if you want to smoke. You got to put it in, you 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 put it in your mouth. You got to put it in, you 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 put it in your mouth. You got to put it in, you 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 put it in your mouth and light it on fire if you want to smoke. You better put it in your mouth and light it on fire if you want to smoke. You want to burn it down, you better light that shit up. It took 15 minutes for the town to burn down. 15 minutes, better clear it out. Now 15 minutes, they put up a fence around it. And now the feds and the FBI, they're all along for the ride. While they're making sure that nobody gets back inside. Hey, 15 minutes, boy, it ain't pretty. Getting down, right down to the nitty gritty while they're making way for a 15-minute city. A city. It ain't pretty. The water was turned off that day. There was not a drop left. There was no alarm. No emergency response team. Just cops trying to stop you from leaving. The water was turned off that day when the town burned down. 15 minutes! The town burned down in 15 minutes! 15 minutes, boy, it ain't pretty. Getting down, right down to the nitty gritty while they're making way for a 15-minute city. It ain't pretty. This happened because of climate change. That's what Josh Green would say. Oh. This happened because of climate change. Josh Green said that very same day. No investigation, just political manipulation. It was a blatant transgression. Traitors should be dealt with accordingly. Josh Green, Josh Green, Josh Green, Josh Green, come clean. Josh Green, come clean. You can't go green till you come clean. Josh Green, you can't go green. You dirty little wise guy, Josh Green. Josh Green. This happened because of climate change. He would say, you people should have listened to me. I tried to warn you about the climate change. Now look what happened to you. Didn't want to sell your land to corporate interests. You didn't want to sell your land. Well, now luck will come take you down, burn you down, hope you die, take your stuff, nice try, wise guy. This happened because of suspects. I suspect this happened because of it's sustainable development. Sustainable development. It's development. Sus. If it's the UN, I'm out. If it's the UN, I'm out. UN, I'm out. I get the picture. UN, I'm out. If it's the UN, I'm out. Get the picture. Get the picture. It's sustainable development. Suspect. Sustainable. Suspect. Sustainable development. 15 minutes. It took 15 minutes for the town to burn down. Oh, 15 minutes. Better clear out now. 15 minutes just to put up a fence around it. And now the Fed and the FBI, they're all along for the ride. They got to make sure that no one gets back inside. 15 minutes, boy, ain't pretty, getting right down to the nitty gritty. What to making way for a 15-minute city. It ain't pretty, oh, pretty good. That was the whole psyop with ICE. They're doing a pretty good job in Miss. What is it? What state was? Oh, Minneapolis, 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 and Minneapolis, Minneapolis. They did a pretty good job at Minneapolis. Those guys did a pretty good job. Those guys, they iced those guys. You know, when we have ice protecting our border, it kind of reminds me of flat Earth. But why is my phone not orientated correctly? Come on, you fucking thing. Here we go. Ice protecting our border reminds me of flat Earth. Get it? But I need to get like a little drummer guy that follows me around and does a little drumming, little snare crash when I make a dumb joke. And I can get like a little guy that plays trumpet too, and I'm doing something heroic. Be like, just have the soundtrack going constantly. It'd be a good little shtick, actually. You know, because if you could afford to have a little drummer guy to do drum crap, you know, when you make a joke, and then like a little trumpet player, you know, to like do little heroic songs for you when you're doing something heroic. I mean, that means you're doing all right in life, you know. You got people that want to do that job for you. That's a sign of a successful man. Nothing wrong with that. We don't need a meeting with the Flat Earth Society. What did that have to do with what you're talking about? Was that like a Freudian slip? Or why were you just talking about the Flat Earth Society? What did that have to do with anything you're saying? What the fuck's wrong with you, dude? Were you just trying to say that we don't need stupid people? Well, that's kind of rude, dude. Don't you think that's kind of a mean thing to say? We don't need no stupid people to meet us. Stupid people. Dude, that's kind of mean, though, man. Why are you so mean? I'll tell you why. Because, oh, Obama had to drop a lot of bombs. He dropped a lot of bombs. Obama had to drop a lot of bombs. He had to bomb Iraq. Barack had to bomb Iraq. Barack bombed Iraq. Barack bombed Iraq. Barack bombed Iraq. Barack bomb. Barack could drop a bomb on Iraq to get Saddam Hussein, who's so damn insane. We'll show him who's so damn insane. Damn Hussein's his damn middle name. Barack Hussein Obama had to drop a lot of bombs. He bombed Osama. Obama dropped a lot of bombs. He bombed Osama. Rest in pieces. Osama dropped a lot of bombs. Obama dropped the bomb on Osama. He bombed a llama on accident one time. Whoops. He dropped a lot of bombs. It was a bomber-rama. Obama had a bomber-rama. He dropped a lot of bombs. He bombed Iraq. Barack. He bombed Iraq. He got Saddam Hussein. Hussein's his damn middle name. Barack Hussein. Obama dropped a lot of bombs. He had to bomb Osama. Barack Hussein Obama. It was a bomber-rama. Barack Hussein, he dropped a lot of bombs. Barack Hussein, he bombed Iraq. Barack, he bombed Iraq. Barack, he bombed Iraq. To get Saddam Hussein, who's so damn insane. We'll show him who's so damn insane. Damn, Hussein's his damn middle name. Barack Hussein Obama had to drop a lot of bombs. He bombed Osama. He bombed a llama on accident. Whoops. He was a bomber-rama, Obama. He's like, I'm going to go get these guys. I'm going to win a Nobel Peace Prize. Rest in peace, Osama. Obama dropped a lot of bombs. He bombed his mama. He did not give a damn. He's Obama, man. That wasn't even his real name. Very suspicious. If you ask me, why would you choose a name like Osama, Obama, or Barack Hussein? Obama, oh, he dropped a lot of bombs. It was a bomber-rama. He had a lot of fun. It was a lot of drama. Obama dropped a lot of bombs. It was a bomber-rama. Barack Hussein, he's so insane. Barack Hussein, he's so insane. He got Saddam Hussein, who's so insane. He dropped a bomb on Iraq. Barack, he brought the drama. Hussein's his damn middle name. He went and bombed Saddam Hussein, and he had to bomb Osama. Obama bombed Osama. Barack bombed Iraq. He got Hussein. Hussein's his middle name. He bombed Osama. Obama bombed Osama. Rest in peace, Osama. Obama dropped a lot of bombs. It was a bomber-rama. Do you get the drama? Do you like Obama to drop more bombs? He bombed a lot of llamas on accident, but he still bombed the Dalai Lama and said it was not his bombs that bombed the llamas, but he would rather bomb anywhere just to try to say he bombed Osama. In I had about enough of this storyline. Wait, 9 was it 9/11 came and went, and the money got spent and the laws got bent. We never got a story that made any sense. Well, there's a terrorist attack and all that. 2 planes knocked 3 buildings down right to the ground flat. Faster than you could clap your hands a dozen times. 110-story building fell before your eyes twice. And let's not forget building 7, the 47th floor building, where something quite peculiar happened as it collapsed in the exact same fashion. However, it was strange, cause it wasn't hit by planes, and till this day it remains yet to be explained. You'll never hear anyone up on the television just be like, wait a minute, 2 planes, 3 buildings. Please explain, I don't understand. There wasn't any fucking planes, man. It was over before it began. It was over began. It was over before it began. Over before it began. It was over before it began. Well, the history books were written before any of it ever happened, if it happened at all. We live in a pre-written, predicted, scripted, actor-based reality taking place on your TV. And the useful idiots that get up on the television telling you what they want you to believe is happening in the world as it plays into their dirty little hands. And it's over before it began. And you get better and better at being able to spot all the holes in the plot. And there's usually a lot if you're catching all the clues that can be caught. In the weaponized news, you'll see right through the ruse, where others are confused, manipulated, and used, being driven by their manic and misguided fears. It's a whole different story for you. It's crystal clear once you learn to read the writing on the wall that's been written by the hidden hand. Well, it's over before it began. Over before it began. Over before it began. It was over before it began. It was over before it began. Over before it began. It was all part of a pre-scripted, pre-written, pre-drafted plan. It was just over before it even began. There wasn't even any planes at all, man. There wasn't any fucking planes. It was over before it began. That's why there wasn't any planes, you know, because if you say there was planes crashing into things, and then you got to have some planes. You know, when you go to look for the planes that crash into the things, there should be like planes, you know, where they crashed, you know, so there's planes, you know. Because they don't just disappear when they crash into things. It's not like it's a video game, you know, where like a plane crashes in a video game and it just blinks and is gone. No, that's not what happens in reality. No, no, it isn't. You can't say that's what happens. You can, but it's not true. I don't believe it. But you can get censored on YouTube for saying that there was no planes on that day. I've been censored twice this year for saying that exact same thing that I just said now. Hopefully my channel doesn't get taken down. Because if you said something that YouTube don't like, well, they come along and they give you a strike. Talking about something that they're trying to hide is a good way to get your tubes tied up quick. They don't like that shit one bit. Nope. You did something that YouTube don't like. They see to it that you get white. Talking about something that they're trying to hide is a good way to get your tubes tied up quick. They don't like that shit one bit. No, they don't. They're like, this is too true to be good. It's terrible. It's too true to be good. Well, it's too bad that the truth has become so unbearable. It's too true to be good. It's too true, it's terrible. It's like the last thing they want to hear, and it's too late to cover their ears. It's all bad, man, y'all. There goes our neighborhood. It's too true to be good. It's just too true to be good. There goes the neighborhood. Too true to be good. It's just too true. Who knew? Too new to be known. Too true to be shown. Too blue to be blown. There goes the neighborhood. It's too true to be good. Oh, too true to be good. It's just terrible. The truth has just become so unbearable. Too true to be good. They don't censor lies. No, lies don't expose people. That's the funny thing about a lie. It's told to prevent exposing. You don't lie and expose yourself with a lie. It's not possible. You can't do it. It can't be done. So they censor the things that expose people because they don't want to be exposed. So, otherwise known as truth, So if you get censored for saying a certain thing, then you know what you said was dead on true, without fail. Should that kind of logic should hold up in court? That's some cold hard logic. They don't censor lies. We can prove that any day of the week. They do censor truth because it exposes you. You don't want to be exposed. You better censor that truth. It's just floating around in the ether all around you right now. Just got to get your little imaginary ether and start catching all that truth. Look all this truth I just found in my Ethernet. Wow, look at all that. It's just floating around in the ether. I found a bunch. Look. What'd you find, Dr. Bass? What'd you find? Can't talk about it on the internet. You got to go find it yourself. Did I smoke a cigarette without even thinking about it? I'm terrible. I hate when I do that. I smoked the last cigarette and I don't even remember doing it. What a buzzkill. Is it in my hat? Whatever, dude. It's not fair. It's too true to be good. It's just terrible. It's just unbearable. Is anybody talking to me? Any requests? Shanksville, no debris. Exactly. That's what I mean. There was no planes. But if you say that, they want to censor you, which just helps reinforce my understanding that that was indeed a fact. And I can believe my eyes. But they want to say, don't believe your lying eyes, then don't believe in your gut feeling. These are the unspoken words of tyrants that just want to control what you're thinking. Don't believe your lying eyes and don't believe in your gut feeling. These are the unspoken words of tyrants that just want to control what you're thinking. Might as well just say it like that. So if you want me to believe if you want me to think that I'm not seeing what I'm seeing, what I know that I'm seeing, don't forget your lying. Oh look what I just found. Ta-da! See, I know I'm not crazy. I like mandala affected myself. I can prove the mandala effect isn't an internet phenomena that just occurred because there's like a you know like a hive mind developing where people put these ideas out on the web, and then so people kind of fell into this sort of psychological trick, where it's like, oh, well, now we all think that it used to be this when it was actually this, and it's like people try to explain it away. Oh, it's a psyop, the mandala effect. No, it fucking isn't. Let me tell you my experience with the mandala effect. I was like I was really slow getting into tech. Like I didn't even get on YouTube until I heard about flat Earth. That's when I first got on YouTube, and because I was just like, what, kind of woke me up, and I wanted to learn more, and so that's when I got on YouTube, which was only like fucking 8 years ago or something. So I was slow in the game. I didn't care about the internet. I just played my guitar and just kind of minded my own business. I was just do my own thing. I didn't give a fuck about the internet. And then come like 8 years ago, I started diving into everything. But I was always kind of a conspiracy theorist, sort of. I've always been running against the grain ever since the day I came into this place. I've never been like mainstream type of guy. Like I'm always just like anti that, just as a matter of like good measure. It saved my life before. It's a good way to be, in my opinion. You got to be a reverse psychologist if you want to know what's really going on. What was I getting at though? getting at something. Maybe somebody can clue me in. I got to rewind the tape. What was I? There's some point I was trying to make. Oh yeah. So here's what was going on. I was like, you know, I've always been like independently employed. So I did succumb to this, but I had a pager for a long time, but I had a cell phone after a while. I finally caved in, and I did have a cell phone, but I didn't use it to go on YouTube, or I wasn't online. I didn't give a fuck. I had, a busy social life, and I had a pretty healthy mentality going. I didn't stare at the screen all day like I do now. But, I mean, I still am creative. I play my guitar all day, but on YouTube. But the thing is, I was, I was using technology, right? But I wasn't online at all. I know this for a fact. And so I'm sending somebody a text someday. I was like in a jam somewhere, and I'm texting somebody, and I've always had a pretty nice, pretty well-rounded vocabulary. So I'm not just like, dude, I'm fucked, come fucking help. I'm like, I'm in a little bit of a dilemma here, you know. And I typed it in dilemma, Dilemna, like I thought I'd train myself to spell it like I used to remember. I remember pronouncing it incorrectly, so I could remember it had a silent N in the word. Dilemna. I remember saying that. And so, like, that was just how I taught myself how to spell that word, because I'm a good speller. Well, I was in spelling bees. I'm not like an idiot. I'm not going to put an N in the word when I know it doesn't have that sound in it, you know? Like, it's not something you would logically do, like, unless you trained yourself to do that, which I did. And then my little spell check thing corrected me. And I'm like, wait, what? I'm like, yeah, that does look better. It doesn't really need that silent N there, but it's so silent, it's not even there anymore. I'm like, huh, that's weird. And I sat there and had like fucking cognitive dissonance for about 5 minutes. And but I was in a dilemma. So I had to just settle for the new spelling and send my text and kind of just forgot about it. But I never, the conclusion I came to that kind of just calmed me down a little bit was like, well, maybe you're just confusing it with another word or something. You're all fucked up. Your shit's fucking fucked up and you talk like a fag, Maybe I'm just kind of retarded and shit. That's what I figured, and I just kind of put it away. I'm like, okay, I guess I'm just tarded. I just carried on with my life. A good 10 years went by, like a good lengthy period of time went by, and I've forgotten all about it. And here I get into Flat Earth Online, and I'm diving into all the conspiracy theories and shit. It's like 2017 ish, and I find out about the Mandala effect. I'd heard about it before with my dad. But he just told me about the Luke Skywalker thing and the Mandala. People thought Mandala was dead, but he wasn't. And I just was kind of, slightly amused, but I wasn't really that impressed by the idea, and I didn't know that my own personal dilemma was going to come to light. And so I'm getting into the Mandela effect a little bit because Brian Stabley, he's a flat earther, and he's also, I've, like all the other things that he was saying, I was agreeing with. So I'm like, well, I got to give it a little bit of attention just because I think he's probably got good information. And he kind of annoyed me at first, but like I got used to him. But because he's kind of bitter. but then it came up in one of the chats or whatever. Someone was like spelling dilemma with an N, and it triggered my memory. I'm like, oh whoa. I'm like, did you remember spelling it with an N before? And then it turns out it's like this big huge Mandela effect, and I just never heard about it. But like my whole like 10 years of time just all became all like like honed in on real quick. I just felt like all this passage of time just go to this pinpoint. I'm like, what? I wasn't crazy. Because I just kind of settled on the notion that I was just stupid or something. I have some fabricated memory that doesn't make any sense. And like, I just made up some story in my mind. I was like, I guess I'm just insane. I just settled on that conclusion. But then, when I discovered it was a Mandela effect, everything came full center. I'm like, oh, full circle, however you want to, just everything got focused real quick. I'm like, oh, it wasn't me. I'm not crazy. Wow. I'm not alone, at least, in my craziness. And like I said, I have a good logical train of thought as far as all this is concerned. I can think critically. Why would I put an N in a word if I know how to spell? The word doesn't have the sound of an N in it. You don't need to put the N in the word if you don't hear the sound of an N. That's something you have to be trained to do, especially if you know how to spell. If you have any brain cells firing off in there, there's no reason why you would try to do it like that unless you'd been trained to do that, is my point. And that's pretty good cold hard logic. That's like the kind of logic I like to use. Well, how could you be a flat earther if you're cold hard logic? Where do you get this flat earth nonsense? See, the thing is, nobody really thinks they live on a ball. That's what's fucking funny for me. I've been able to prove that to my satisfaction at least, and I've fashioned a line of questioning, line of reasoning, where it catches people off guard, and like, and they end up giving the flat Earth answer, which are the correct answers in my opinion, which I mean the obvious answers, and they always give the obvious correct answer because it's intuitive, and then I lead them down this path until it's too late. They've gone too far, and then I finally drop it on them. Hey, well, welcome to flat Earth, man, right there with you. And they're like, wait, what? What are you talking about? I'm like, well, think about your answers. You just gave all the flat Earth answers, and you just proved to me that you think of the Earth realm that we exist on in the same exact way that I do. And I'm a flat Earther and proud. I'm a flat Earther for life. And you just joined the team, like, or you just proved that you were already on the team. And I found, like, even the anti-flat Earthers will fall into this trap. It's so fun. I got Sean Hawkins to fall into the trap. I got Duffy to fall into the trap. Not on video, but on in the chat. And I managed to get their attention, and I just like ask them these questions. I catch them off guard. They think I'm just some weird, idiot that doesn't know what. I'm just like, if I draw a circle on the ground, can you draw a smaller circle around the outside of it? And it's so easy to answer the question. Like, no. And I'm like, okay, well, what if I drew a really big circle on the ground? Then can you draw a smaller circle around the outside of it? No. Usually by then they're already kind of irritated. I'm like, okay, so are you saying that the size of the circle that I draw, it's kind of irrelevant? It's always going to be impossible to draw a smaller circle around the outside of it? Is that what you're saying? Yes. Why are you asking these stupid questions? Oh, okay, so the circles would just have to keep getting bigger, right? Yeah. So all the way out, the circles just have to keep getting bigger. That's the obvious reality that we exist in, right? That's what would have to happen, right? Because if there's more Earth beyond your circle, then you can just keep making bigger circles. It just makes sense, right? Yeah, they just have to keep getting bigger all the way out, right? Right, right, right. Why are you asking these questions? I was like, oh, well, welcome to flat Earth. And then they just have to start backpedaling and asking questions like, why, what, huh? I'm like, you can go ahead and start changing your answers when you finally realize what you just walked into. But like, it's too late. You already proved to me that up until this moment, you thought of the Earth as being a flat Earth, just like I do. And now you have to like really think about what you've been arguing for, the globe Earth, which would be the circles can only get so big. They get as big as the median measurement, which is like, in our case, it's like 25,000 miles around roughly. So that's the biggest circumference you can measure on the Earth, you know. And then the circles have to start getting smaller past that, based on where you start or whatever. The point being, it's like when you live on a 3D on a surface that forms a 3D shape, and the caveat to that is that you never feel like you're on that like you never notice that you're walking around the side in reference, and like you always feel like you're on a level plane no matter where you go on this 3D shape that's not a level plane. There's a caveat involved where it's like you'll never really be able to tell that you're on, like you could start right here and travel all the way to this part of the ball, and you'll never feel like you went around the side of a ball. So it's not, that's never going to be like a reality that you're actually experiencing. So it's like this strange caveat where it's like, well, now you can just excuse away the whole reality of a level plane, which is how our reality is, the planar, Earth. But the thing is that that in itself poses a lot of problems, obviously, because it's really difficult to prove. But you just have to argue that, well, just because it looks planar doesn't mean it is. Because if you're a little ant on a basketball, like that doesn't even work though. Because an ant would know when he's on the bottom of the basketball. He'd know he had to hang on tighter. He would be aware of it. So it's like there's not really any situation we can point to that resembles what we're trying to believe here, which is that you can live on the outside of a ball, and anywhere anyone goes on that ball, all simultaneously, it's always going to seem like a level plane. Like you're never going to feel like you're on the outside of a ball, like just based on like how you travel. It would be like people, in reference to you, they'd be upside down, even though nobody's upside down because you'd be standing on your head if you're upside down. I get it. But it's like, like if I fell all the way through the earth right now, I'd become falling up out of the ground on the other side, feet first. I'd be upside down. I'm sorry to say, but that's just how this works. But the thing is, nobody ever really considered the fact that living on the surface of a 3D object that feels like it's not, it feels like it's a two-dimensional surface, no matter where you go. So there's like this weird, it becomes problematic in the sense that, where I'm saying, it's like, because a 3D surface, the sphere, if you start drawing circles on the ground, concentric circles, you can only get as wide as that median measurement. However, when you make that median measurement, it's just going to seem like you're out here and just planar. You're not going to feel like you're on the side of a ball. So it's like you just think, well, I'm just going to make another bigger circle because there's more Earth beyond. I've only circled half the world, the available area. You're thinking, well, I can just keep making bigger circles because there's more Earth beyond this, but now your circles are going to start to shrink. But what happened to the bigger measurement before that? How do you go around the outside of a measurement and make a smaller measurement and add more area? Well, now because now you're sideways from where you started, and now you're working your way to an upside down position from where you started, even though you don't feel like it. And so you're closing in on the remaining available space. So like your circles are just going to start getting smaller and smaller, even though it seems like you're adding more. You are adding more, but your circles are just getting smaller because you're just closing in around the last available space that you're just going to, in the very end, your big ass 25,000 mile circumference that you had earlier now is shrunken down to like just this teeny little circle right here with the red and white striped pole sticking out of the middle of it. Just imagine that. It's kind of like magic or something. That's kind of where reality just warps. Like you just have to sort of depart from what you would expect to be reality in order to believe it. And that's why I don't want to. I don't choose to do that. I'm trying to drive cold hard logic here. I'm not trying to just be all, oh, then you do this pretend thing where things that are widening start shrinking, and even though you're adding more, and it's just this fucking magic thing that happens. All this area now just starts to shrink down in this little teeny measurement because it's upside down, but it's not upside down. I don't know. I'm not sure if that's what would happen, actually. I think because the Earth presents itself as planar, it doesn't matter how much you widen your expanse, if you're widening evenly in every direction, as long as there's more Earth beyond where you've already widened to, if you see more Earth beyond your perimeter, you can keep widening. That's just logic. That's just cold, hard reality right there. You can't debate that. And so it just can get wider. As long as there's more Earth beyond your perimeter, it can get wider. It's never going to shrink. It's not how this works. You can't make real measurements around real places. You can't make that measurement shrink. It's not going to happen. And since you're never going to be sideways or upside down, that poses a problem for your model, not mine. Because I know it'll just keep getting wider. That's just logic. I mean, you're out there, you've seen there's more Earth beyond your perimeter that you've expanded. As long as there's more Earth, you can keep getting wider. That's just fact. There's no way to argue that. You can say, well, we live on a ball, so it would have to start closing back up and spit you out on the other end, even though you never felt like you're sideways or upside down. It just kind of shrunk you back down in this neat little weird thing that happened where reality just warped you out the other end and you didn't even notice. It just starts to get sort of like fairy tale like, it's like even though you've been so indoctrinated into thinking that's what was, well, that's what would have to happen if Earth was a ball. Yeah, but that's the thing. It's like we haven't proved that yet because Earth doesn't present itself like a ball. So you run into some issues with this whole idea of living on a 3D surface. And nobody ever really thinks about it to that extent where they're like, well, if we had to make concentric circles on the Earth, the circles would only get so big. Even though there is more Earth to keep making concentric, the circles would start to shrink now because you're on the inside of the circle instead of the outside, and it just happens that way because you don't ever feel like you're sideways or upside down, but you are. And so the Earth kind of just bends you around in this nice, neat way, and you just sort of, it's really just, you don't really notice, but you just get warped and kind of placed into another sort of dimensionary fucking reality where things just bend and magically warp around, and it's just all perfect. It's all accounted for in the model. The math checks out. Don't worry about it. Math checks out. That's all you need to know. That's not what we would call empirical measurements, though, however. No, because my cold hard logic would be involving empirical measurements where you would go make an actual measurement, a circumference of said size, however many miles around or whatever. That's the size, that's the circumference measurement. Okay, and I made that on the face of the earth. It's a specific size. Now, if I'm standing in that circle, I can see that I'm within the amount of area that circumference would be encompassing. I'm within that measurement. Now I decide to step outside of that measurement, right? Because that's something you can do. I step outside of my big circle that I made, and I notice, look, I could go around the whole perimeter of my circle, and there's still more Earth I can expand into. Oh, cool. So I can keep making bigger circles, right? And so that's what you would just keep doing. There's no other, that's just all that would happen. That's the reality. The Earth presents itself as planar because it is. The circles can only get bigger. I'm sorry to inform you that the globe is just an idea. It's a concept that was never proven scientifically with empirical measurements, the kind that I'm talking about. You might think that all your technology is functioning on globe Earth science. No, that's theoretical science. Your technology is functioning on applied science. You don't make technology based on theory. That doesn't usually work out very well. And so maybe you might be convinced that because there's things floating in the sky, that means we live on a ball flying through around the sun, but that's, if there's satellites or whatever up there, that doesn't mean you live on a ball flying and spinning around the sun. No, it just means that there's something up there flying around. I mean, circumnavigation, what is, the answer is in the question. Circum as in circle. Yes, you can travel in circular patterns. That's what I've been talking about this whole time. But the great circle just keeps getting greater. That's the thing. I mean, it's not a bad thing. It just keeps getting greater and greater and greater until you got a circle around the entire known world. Why wouldn't you be able to do that? And that seems silly to think, oh no, you can't make a circle around the whole known world. No, because you get all warped and bent and you go over through the magic ball hole and you're all, whoa, the circle shrunk. Our measurement shrunk, even though we had more. Whoa, weird. This is funky. But we live on a ball, so that's what would happen. It's a magic ball that presents itself as planar, even though it is not. You're always being warped and bent around some curve that you can't ever really experience or see or witness or take any measurement of whatsoever in any meaningful way, shape, or form. Where your optics have been reverse engineered and like fucking taught back to you as though you were witnessing something disappearing behind the curve of the earth, where it's actually just something vanishing into the disappearing vanishing point because it's just gone too far away for your eyes to resolve it anymore. We just had to our applied science had to get good enough where we could go buy a telescoping digital zoom camera and zoom back in on the sun after it was starting to set and then realize that it's not going below nothing. It's just going further away. And that's when you make the realization in your mind, you're like, I spent $1,000 to get this camera, and now I'm smarter than every scientist in the fucking world right now. So-called scientist. Now I know more than all those fucking morons do. So you just get a big head about yourself because you know the truth now. Well, I just debunked this age-old wives' tale like the sun's going into the sea. It's not going into the sea. It's going below the earth. It's going around, come back up around you again next day. Because Earth is a ball. Well, then it would have to be disappearing behind the curve of the earth as we're rotating away from it, right? So since we can't experience or feel or measure that rotation in any meaningful way, like with empirical measurements, like I'm talking, where you actually can measure it, the device of sorts of technology. Since you can't do that, we're just going to have to accept the idea that it's doing that even though we can't measure it. Okay, whatever. Let's just forget about that part of the equation. So now, if the sun is sinking below the curve of the Earth when we see it setting, then it should be below the curve of the Earth. Like we shouldn't be able to zoom back in on the sun and see the whole sun again, right? Right. But since we can, then that debunks that idea. Oh, you just didn't wait long enough in the refraction, the conditions of the environment. No, dude, because the story originally was what you see with your naked eye, that sun setting below the horizon, that's it going below the curve of the Earth. You're not going to be able to resolve that because it's hidden behind a physical Earth curve. But if you can resolve that again, that means it's not hidden behind any physical Earth curve. And so, since that has been done sufficiently, then the wives' tale is debunked. Earth isn't a ball. And it doesn't make sense that it would be a ball, anyways, because it's the expanding circle thought exercise is cold, hard logic, man. You can't shake a stick at it. I'm sorry. You make a circle on the surface of the Earth, it's encompassing a specific area. If you step outside of that area, you're no longer in that circle. If there's more Earth beyond that circle that you made, then you can keep making bigger circles. That's just the bottom line. You can't make smaller circles. Stupid. That's so dumb. The only way that would happen is if the Earth was a globe. But that would be like a magic globe because you would never really know that you're on a globe because you never feel like you're walking around the side of a globe or upside down. So it just kind of bends and warps your mind in some strange way where like certain things that would be like empirical measurements suddenly don't have any meaning. Well, that circle that you were expanding, even though there was more Earth beyond it to expand into, now it's getting smaller, even though you've added more Earth inside of it. Whoa, how did that happen? I don't know. Earth must be a ball. That's like magic, is what I'm saying. It's, you're shrinking, you're shrinking measurements of real measurements of places, because you're like warping around a 3D object, even though it's like there's just certain problems you run into when you try to tell people you live on a fucking surface of a 3D object, even though it seems like you're living on the surface of a two-dimensional level plane. There's certain problems that poses, and this problem, the main problem really is, well, obviously the upside down people, but nobody's upside down. But the main problem really is that the expanse will have to start to close back up. And you could say it's imaginary if you want, but you could actually go out and measure these circles that I'm talking about, and you'll find that those circles will never start to get smaller. No, because the Earth presents itself as planar, so those circles could only get bigger. Sorry, sorry about your luck, Glober. I cut your wacky logic off at its knees. It can't go any further. It cannot travel. If you want to argue that we can go make a smaller circle around the outside of another circle, you're the one that sounds retarded. I mean, as long as people are actually listening to what the conversation is, and they're not just seeing it through some like mind controlled lens of like, well, you live on a ball, accept it. That's what would have to happen because we live on a ball. Yeah, but that's not what would happen because we live on a planar surface. You just got to cut them off at their knees, man. Well, we have pictures from space. You have fucking pictures from space. Great. Well, you know what? Too bad that's not empirical science. It's not. I'm talking about empirical measurements that we can go do. That's repeatable. That can't be faked. You know, like your space pictures. If you don't know what I'm talking about, just check my thumbnail. Shenanigans, bro. It's all shenanigans. This shit's so fake, dude. And I apologize to you ahead of time if you did fall for the fucking scam. I used to believe there was a real space station up there because my buddy's a machinist and he was kind of a renowned machinist in this area. He's an older dude. He doesn't live around here anymore. He lives in Missouri. Pete, he's a cool dude. He's a really cool dude. But he said he's like, I machined some of the exercise equipment that's on the space station. And that was when I first heard about the space station. I'm like, there's what? The space station? I'm like, what are you talking about? Back when I used to believe in all the globe Earth and all that shit. He's like, yeah, there's a space station. It's been up there. They go by every 90 minutes or something. And you see them go by 17,000 miles per hour. I'm like, what the fuck? Are you serious? There's people on it? And it just totally blew my mind. I'm like, fuck, that's real? And you fucking manufacture, you help contribute to the exercise equipment on it. He's all proud of himself. And I'm like, wow, that's pretty huge, dude. And I was all proud of him too, And then so like time goes by and I just forgot I just accepted that it must be a reality. I never looked into it. And then it finally comes full circle when I hear about flat Earth and I'm watching Taboo Conspiracy Bin's videos, Flat Earth Awakening. He starts showing all the blunders of the ISS presentations, and it's like I could totally put it out of my mind since I first had my mind blown thinking about the reality of it, and then I just put it away in my mind and never thought about it again until Ben Taboo Conspiracy was showing the video where it was just showing this shit's so fake, and I'm like, oh, that's the space station that Pete made the exercise equipment. I'm like, oh, it is fake. It's totally fake, and so like my mind had to be unblown, because I was blown away that people were up there doing that, and but then I had to be like, wait, nobody's doing shit. Oh, oh, and so I had to put my mind back together. I'm like, oh, I'm not crazy. My mind isn't blown. Wow, it's just the truth of the world is stranger than fiction, man. And you're not going to find the truth if you're just running with the flow, going with the flow. Oh, this is what the flow says. The flow flows into the fucking shit mainstream, and it drags you down into the shit bay where all the shit will stay, and you'll be like playing in cesspools thinking you're having a good time, like fucking bathing in truth, when in reality you've just been completely deceived and you're living in a completely delusional reality that has no bearing to anything that actually is true. Shit bath. Enjoy your shit bath. Or you could just realize it's a bunch of shit and get out and wash it off. You'll be fine. Ain't no viruses. Don't worry about that shit. Just wash it off. Get back to, reality. Don't play in the shit anymore. Don't play in that mainstream flow. This shit dirt stream, man. This crappy river. Get up shit creek without a paddle. That man-made mainstream will make you mad and unhappy because it's crappy. This crappy river rolls down this crappy hill, down to the crappy bay where the crap will stay. And people play in crappiness, but I can't find no happiness in this crappy river. Someone slapped me, I almost got trapped back in this crappy mess. I guess I want to stick my toes in it. But then I notice I'm knee deep in this crappy creek, drifting further out of reach down to the crappy beach in the crappy bay where the crap will stay. And fools will play in cesspools of this nasty mainstream that's so crappy. Someone slap me. I guess I want to stick my toes in it. Oh, I want to go check out this shit mainstream real quick and see what's going on. Oh, next thing you know, you're knee deep in shit without a paddle. I'm running behind. I'm running behind, but still running slower than most. But you see, I like to coast. It's just easier on my mind. It's easier on my mind. I've always known the answer. It's the questions that were harder to find. Although I know they will resurface, I can feel them creeping back into my mind. I can feel them creeping back into my mind. Feel them creeping back into my mind. Feel them creeping in the nick of time, but there's no such thing as coincidence. It's just easier for you to dismiss that way. But maybe it was meant to be. Happily ever after. Once upon a time, there was nothing to worry your mind. Nothing to concern you, nothing to keep you awake at night. Happily ever after. Once upon a time, there was nothing to worry your mind. Nothing to concern you, nothing to keep you awake at night. Once upon a time, there was nothing to worry your mind. Nothing to concern you, nothing to keep you awake at night. Once once upon a time was nothing to worry your mind. Nothing to concern. I'm running behind. I'm running behind. I'm running behind. But I'm still running. I'm still running. Running against the grain. I'm still running. I'm still running against the grain. I've been running against the grain ever since the day I came along. And I've been running against the grain till my dying day. I'll be running against the grain. I've been running against the grain ever since the day I came along. And I'm just claiming the grain is running the wrong way. While I'm running against the grain, I'm running against the grain. Yeah, but when you run against the grain, it causes friction, and you know that friction starts to burn. And when it burns, you know what's gonna happen. That's when this place is going up in flames. At the end of the game. The end of the game. The end of the game. I'll still be running against the grain. At the end of the game. Running against the grain. I've been running against the grain ever since the day I came along. I'll be running against the grain till my dying day. Running against the grain. I'll be running against the grain. Yeah, but when you run against the grain, it causes friction, and you know that friction starts to burn. And when it burns, you know what's gonna happen. That's when this place is going up in flames. At the end of the game. End of the game. At the end of the game, I'll still be running against the grain. I'll still be running against the grain. Still be running against the grain. I'll still be running against the grain. I'll still be running against the grain. I've been running against the grain today I came. I'll be running against the grain till my dying day. I'll be running. Yeah, but when you run against the grain, it causes friction, and you know that friction starts to burn. When it burns, you know what's gonna happen. That's when this place is going up in flames. At the end of the game. At the end of the game, I'll still be running against the grain. That's my name. That's my claim. I claim the grain is running the wrong way. I'll be running to my dying day. I'll be running against that grain. Running with the grain is so passe. It's lame. I won't be running with that grain. That grain is running the wrong way. I'll be running the other way. I'll be running against the grain. Until it causes friction, causes flame and pain and flame. Burns the whole dumb game down to the ground. It's gone. Blows away in the wind. No need to try again. thanks to me running against the grain. Things can go back the way it came. Running against that game. There's no way to gain. The only thing that can happen is for it to go up in flames and blow away. Running against that grain to my dying day. Yeah, I'll be running against that grain. And just watching it all circling the drain. Going down the drain. Circling the drain. The only thing that still remains is circling the drain. Going down the drain. Say goodbye to that twisted game. It's going down the drain. We're running the opposite way. Hey, brother. Just a second, I'll be right back.
So you want another one? Give you another one. Yes.
Running against the grain.
That's what running feels like, just running against the grain.
Yeah.
So you're not really, but it feels like it.
Well, you're pushing, yeah.
Yeah.
You gotta feel that bounce. So here's how you do it. That's right. Yeah, I like when it goes for a while like that. That's cool. Yeah.
Nice and summery out there.
What, baby?
It feels nice and summery out there.
It sure does. Yeah, the weather's gotten way nice. Hopefully they don't ruin our blue sky day like they did yesterday. Yeah, it was all beautiful and the day began, and then it just was all shit. We're down at Walmart. It was like this muggy, like yuck. All these big, ugly 5G poles hanging out everywhere. It was just so dystopian looking. Like, you know, they told people of the technology. You know, you see like, you know, videos of like downtown, like one of these big cities in China where the technology is huge. You know, where it's like you see all these like 3D, like, you know, it looks like, you know, a tiger jumping out of the cage. You know, a huge monster coming out. You know, it looks like it's coming out into the street. It makes the future, the technology is so advanced, and the holograms and all this. Wow, it's all fancy and cool. But like, what the reality of it is like we were down at like Safeway yesterday. It's just this big, ugly, fucking broken looking. It just looks like death. It looks like just swag, like right before the bottom falls out, kind of thing. You know, it's like idiocracy. Why come you no got a tattoo? Are you unscannable? Why come? I mean, we're not that far from people like from Bill Gates being like, "Oh, we're gonna feed them Gatorade because it has electrolytes in it, and the crops are gonna go through the roof. Your profits will go so sky high." Well, we had some problems with the Gatorade spraying, but we're gonna increase the dosage. It probably will work better. while he secretly knows the whole time. He's like, hey, it's gonna kill the crops, and they'll have to eat bugs. Gonna have to eat the bugs. What kind of maniacal behavior? We're gonna block the sun. Oh yeah. We're gonna reduce the population, but we have to reduce the population. Okay, well then you could start by, you know, being a martyr for your cause. You and your family can go, you know, and we'll reassess the situation. Bless you, baby. How many sneezes was that? Bless you times 3. Sneezes are fun, man. That's good, clean fun right there. I'll never sneeze once though. It seems like whenever I sneeze nowadays, it's like 4 or 5 times. Achoo, achoo, achoo. The fountain's just barely sputtering now. I think it gets more sun before the day is done. Yeah, it was earlier. Yeah. Yeah, it lights up. This solar powered fountain she got is so cool. It charges up during the day, and you know it's a fountain. But then at night, when it's fountaining, the lights turn on, and it's got this cool light show that it does. It's really badass, and you wouldn't know that it's. I mean, it's kind of. It just looks like a normal little fountain, you know, during the day. But at night, it lights up with all these psychedelic light show. It's super cool. Well, we're right outside this lazy summer home. You ain't got time to call your soul a critic, no. Right outside the lazy gate of winter, summer home, wondering where the nuthatch wings, wings a mile long. Just carry, just carry the bird away, yeah, yeah. Carry the bird away. Wake up to find out that you are the eyes of the world. Your heart has its speeches, its homelands and thoughts of its own. Wake now, discover that you are the song that the morning brings. Your heart has its seasons, its evenings and songs of its own. There comes a redeemer and he slowly too fades away. And follows a wagon behind him that's loaded with clay. The seeds that were silent all burst into bloom and decay. Yeah, yeah. And the night comes so quiet, it's close on the heels of the day. The night comes so quiet, it's close on the heels of the day. Wake up to find out that you are the eyes of the world. Your heart has its features, its own plans and thoughts of its own. Awake now, discover that you are the song that the your heart as its seasons, its evenings and songs of its own. Hmm? Oh, that's a roller coaster?
No, it's called Vertigo 360. It looks like it's a circle and it's on a thing and it looks like it goes all the way around. It's called 360.
Oh, really? That might be fun.
It looks like fun, yeah. I don't know how it looks.
We should see if Renan wants to go back.
It says it'll be open here in 2026. So once we get ready for summer.
That'd be fun. I want to go on that. That's a good idea. If it was like a roller coaster, it just keeps going in circles where you go upside down. It's like a constant loop-de-loop.
Well, it's not here. Looks like it's a big tunnel.
I know. I
think it just goes up around.
Oh wow, that looks scary. That looks fun. I would go on that. I
I
think.
wonder if it spins. How it does it?
It probably does.
I don't know. Let's see. I just can't do too spinny.
I know. I don't like the too spinny
But
ones.
upside down turn looks fun.
Yeah, I don't like being on upside down rides where it's kind of uncomfortable. Where it's just like this is pretty risky, you know. Where it's like you're like hanging there for a while, like okay, I'm just relying on this to not open. I like when there's like some G-force holding you in place, kind of thing, you know. So that's also working with it.
Are you talking about boardwalk rides?
Yeah, like when you go upside down and then you're just hanging on the bar that comes down, you know.
Oh yeah.
It's like okay, well, like if this thing breaks, I mean we're fucked. I like when the ride's kind of carrying you through the thing where it's like your momentum is also keeping you from flying out and dying, you know.
A very important point.
I enjoy some of the upside down rides where it's kind of risky, but I don't like when you're just hanging there on the bar like that. I think that's just pushing it.
In my mind, it's not risky. It's not risky.
Right. It's only risky when I think back on it. Yeah, can't think it's risky while you're doing it, because then it'll happen.
Yeah, it's not gonna happen to me. So
Okie doke. Major seventh, E major seventh. You know what I'm saying? The E major seventh and just like B minor. That's it. Just B minor. Then you just go back to E major seventh. It's that easy and it's just so tasty. It's so tasty. There comes a redeemer and... No, what is it? Sometimes we live no particular way but our own. out of tune. Sometimes we visit your countries and live in your homes. Sometimes we ride on your horses. Sometimes we walk alone. And sometimes the songs that we hear are just songs of our own. Wake up to find out that you are the eyes of the world. Your heart has its speeches, its romance, and thoughts of its own. Wake up, discover that you are the song as the morning brings. Your heart has its seasons, its evenings, and songs of its own. That's what it sounds like when a robot tries to do some jamming. Are you better act fast. Better act fast. You better act fast, jackass. Last man's hammer in the brass. A type of lagging, nagging, bragging, dragging ass. You better act fast, jackass. Last chance, hammer in the brass tacks. Act fast, jackass. Last chance, the hammer in the brass tacks. No time for lagging, nagging, bragging, dragging ass, or acting like a maniac. You better act fast, jackass. Last chance to hammer in the brass tacks. No time for lagging, nagging, bragging, dragging ass, or acting like a maniac. Do you wonder why exactly I'm explaining that? Just consider the fact that once you grab your bug out bag, there isn't gonna be a way to turn back around, cause this whole thing's gonna come down. Right. Act fast, jackass. Hammer in the brass tacks. No time for lagging, nagging, bragging, dragging ass, or acting like a maniac. Do you wonder why exactly I'm explaining that? Just consider the fact that once you grab your bug out bag, there isn't gonna be a way to turn back around. This whole thing's gonna come down. Right. Lagging, nagging, bragging, dragging, that's acting like a maniac. Do you wonder why exactly I'm explaining that? Just consider the fact that once you grab your bug out bag, there isn't gonna be a way to turn back around, cause this whole thing's gonna come down. Right. And we will see who's laughing when the place starts collapsing in the free for all. Anything can happen when the ship goes down. So does the captain. Wherever you are is where you'll be stuck. Yeah, when this place goes belly up, and better have yourself a damn good plan when the shit hits a fan. Now when the going gets tough, you better be clever enough. You gotta know what the fuck to do. You gotta run amok, or let the muck run you. You better act fast, jackass, fast, hammer in the brass tacks. No time for lagging, nagging, bragging, dragging, that's not acting like a maniac. Do you wonder why exactly I'm explaining that? Just consider the fact that once you grab your bug out bag, there isn't gonna be a way to turn back around, cause this whole thing's gonna come down. Right. The whole thing's gonna come down, okay. I said the whole damn thing is gonna come down. Right. Bow. Boo. Whole damn thing gonna come down. That's right. Whole damn thing gonna come down. That's right. dancing in the free fall. Oh, anything can happen when the ship goes down. So the captain, wherever you are is where you'll be stuck. Yeah, when this place goes belly up, better have yourself a damn good plan when the shit hits the fan. When the going gets tough, you better be clever enough. You gotta know what the fuck to do. You gotta run amok, or let the muck run you. Like fast jack, fast last, the hammer in the breast checks. Top of lagging, nagging, bagging, dragging, acting like a maniac. Do you wonder why exactly I'm explaining that? Consider the fact that once you grab your bug up, there isn't gonna be a way to turn back around, cause this whole thing's gonna come down. That's right. Jack, fast jack, fast just a hammer in the brass jack. No time for lagging, nagging, bagging, dragging, ass, or acting like a maniac. Do you wonder why exactly I'm explaining that? Just consider the fact that once you grab your bug up, there isn't gonna be a way to turn back around, cause this whole thing's gonna come down. That's right. Fast jack, ass, last just a hammer in the brass tacks. No time for lagging, nagging, bagging, dragging, ass, or acting like a maniac. Do you wonder why exactly I'm explaining that? Just consider the fact that once you grab your bug up, there isn't gonna be a way to turn back around, cause this whole thing's gonna come down. That's right. Hammer in the brass tacks. Lagging, nagging, bagging, dragging, ass, acting like a maniac. Do you wonder why exactly I'm explaining that? Just consider the fact that once you grab your bug up, there isn't gonna be a way to turn back around, cause this whole thing's gonna come down. That's right. The whole thing's gonna come down, okay. Yeah, the whole damn thing's gonna come down. I'm way out of tune. You can squeeze on demand. Oh, that must be kind of interesting. Sneeze on demand. I squeeze. You can squeeze on demand. Sneezing on demand would be kind of interesting. I would think I was broken. I'd be worried. I'm broken. I can just press this and go, achoo! You mean like you snort a line and then you sneeze on demand? Cats on the blacktop, birdies in the treetop. Someone plays guitar that sounds like clavinet. I ain't ready yet to go to bed. Think I'll take a walk downtown instead. Bow, 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 bow. Cats down under the stars. Do, 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 bow, 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 bow. Cats down under the stars. Dun, 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 dun. Cats on the backdrop. What is it? Cats on the bandstand. Or cats on the cats in the limelight. Looks like it's alright. Everybody wants something they might not get. I ain't ready yet to go to bed. I think I'll take a walk downtown instead. Cats down under the stars. And then the bridge is like, satin blouse unbuttoning. So weird. Satin and blouse unbuttoning. Time is a stripper doing it just for you, just for you. Time is a stripper doing it just for you, just for you. Bow, 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 bow. Just for you. Just for you. It's pretty interesting tune there. Cats Down Under the Stars. It's a Jerry Garcia solo album they released in 1978. There's some great stuff on that album. There's a song Gomorrah I used to play, where he turned the story of Sodom and Gomorrah into a sort of a country song. Where it's cute. Jerry Garcia chooses cute things to sing about, where it's just like, oh, that's soulful. That's original. This one's from the Old Testament right here. This number. Just a song of Gomorrah. I wonder what they did there. Must have been a bad thing to get shot down for. I wonder how they blew it up, or if they burned it down. Get out, Mr. Lot. Don't you look around. Who gave you your orders? Somebody from the sky. I heard a voice inside my head, and the desert wind so dry. I heard a voice telling me to flee. The very voice that I had always believed. Said a lot of trouble's coming, but it don't have to come to you. I'm telling you so you can tell the rest what you went through. I fucked that up. The rest what you went through. You're a good, upstanding man. A credit to the flock. But you don't face straight ahead, you might not take the shock. So don't you look around you, don't look after you. It's not your business how it's done, you're lucky to get through. You're lucky to get through. Through the city off the map, left nothing there but fire. The wife of Lot got turned to salt because she looked behind her. Because she looked behind her. Because she looked behind her. The wife of Lot got turned to salt because she looked behind her. I heard a voice telling me to flee, the very voice that I believe. It said a lot of troubles coming. It don't have to come to you. I'm telling you so you can tell the rest what you went through. Said a lot of troubles coming, but it don't have to come to you. I'm telling you so you can tell the rest what you went through. Goes something like that. I'm not doing it right, but I'm kind of changing it. I tend to do that when I play other people's songs. I just kind of bend it to my liking. I'll still give credit where credit's due. Jerry Garcia and Robert Hunter, Gomorrah, from the Cats Down Under the Stars album. Came out in 1978. Solo Jerry Garcia album. Even though most of the Grateful Dead played on the album, it's just whatever. I think the whole band actually played on the album. I wrote a pirate song. It's a ballad. It goes like this. I didn't really write it actually. Here's the funny part: is that I get the credit for the song, but I didn't write it. I mean, I did write some of the lyrics actually, but like only just because I couldn't remember how it went. And it's like my friend wrote this song, and I was like, I always loved it. Thought it was a great song, or at least it had really good potential, you know. But he forgot about it. Like time went by, and I saw him again. We played some music together. I'm like, remember that one song he wrote? And because I continued playing, and I made up some words to go with it, so it was more of a complete sounding song. And I played it for him. He's like, I didn't write that. I'm like, dude, you wrote that. I remember you wrote it. That's the only reason I know the song. I didn't make it up. I made up some of the words, but that's most of the words. I didn't make the song up. It's your song. And he's like, no, it's not mine. It must be yours. I'm like, well, it's not mine. So it came from somewhere, and I'm pretty sure it's not a cover song. He's all, you can have it. I'm like, well, it's not mine, but I'll take it because I love it. But I've kind of changed it a little bit now that I've gained rights to it. Not that I would wait for rights. Everybody's got a right to do whatever the fuck they want to do as long as they're not hurting nobody. You have a right to do that too, but then you got a right to get your ass kicked for it. But I changed the song into kind of more of a pirate ballad. It's not really so much a pirate ballad, but it just kind of sounds like a pirate. It brought a tear to me eye. A pirate ballad brought a tear to me eye. Sharpen your boots, you limey wanks, before I plunge in your eye. I woke up today to the sound of the rain falling down from the sky. Brought a tear to my eye. So I walked on outside and watched as the clouds cleared away to the sky. The perfect blue sky. Teardrops and raindrops, this day has begun. Behind every dark cloud there waits the sun. Has it been said, and so shall it be done? If it was over before it begun, well, you know that I love you with all of my heart. If it was over before it could ever start, it's easy to say and it's hard to perceive, but some things have to be believed to be seen. Some things have to be believed to be seen. Believed to be seen. some things have to be believed, believed to be seen. My reactions are slow. I got nowhere to run, I got nowhere to go, and I'm going alone. So I sing you this song. I know you'll sing along, 'cause you wrote it for me to sing back to you. And now that I do, there's still no sign of you. I figured there was something that you would have known. And even though I don't know what the words were for this part, I'm singing it from the bottom of my heart, and you know that I loved you with all of my heart. If it was over before it could ever start, easy to say and it's harder to see, but some things have to be believed to be seen. Some things have to be believed to be seen. Believed to be seen. Some things have to be believed, believed to be seen. I woke up today to the sound of the rain pouring down from the sky. It brought a tear to me eye. So I walked on outside and I watched as the clouds cleared away to the sky, a perfect blue sky. Teardrops and raindrops, this day has begun. Behind every dark cloud always waits the sun. Has it been said, and so shall it be done? If that was over before it begun, well, you know that I loved you with all of my heart. And it was over before it could ever start. Easy to say and it's harder to see. Look, you know some things have to be believed to be seen. Some things have to be believed to be seen. Believed to be seen. Oh, some things have to be believed, believed to be seen. Oh yeah, baby. Brought a tear to my eye. Brought a tear to my eye. Maybe might be the best guess for what is a word, or which is a word is measured. It is how sure we are, and are we sure is it measured? Word that's which for, word that's what for. Yes, best to be might, maybe, be might, maybe might be the best guess for what it's worth, or which is the word is measured. It is how sure we are, and are we sure? How is it measured? Is worth its which for, worth its what for? I guess best of be might, maybe, might, maybe might be the best guess for what it's worth, for which it's a word is measured. It is how sure we are. And are we sure? How is it measured? Is worth it's which for, worth it's what for. Guess best to be might, maybe. Be might, maybe. Maybe might be the best guess. Guess best to be might, maybe. Maybe might be the best guess. Guess best to be might, maybe. Maybe might be the best guess. Guess best to be might, maybe. Maybe might be the best guess. Guess best to be might, maybe. Be might, maybe. Maybe might be, maybe might be, maybe might be the best guess. Maybe might be, maybe might be, maybe might be the best guess. Maybe might be the best guess. Maybe might be the best guess. Maybe might be, maybe might be, maybe might be the best guess. Maybe might be the best guess for what it's worth, for which it's a worth is measured. It is how sure we are, and are we sure how is it measured? Is worth it's which for, worth it's what for. I guess best to be might, maybe. Maybe might be the best guess for what it's worth, for which its worth is measured. It is how sure we are, and are we sure? How is it measured? Is worth its which for, worth its what for. Guess best the be might, maybe, maybe might be the best guess for what it's worth, for which its worth is measured. It is how sure we are, and are we sure? How is it measured? Is worth its which for, worth its what for. Guess best to be might, maybe, maybe might be the best guess for what it's worth, for which its worth is measured. It is how sure we are, and are we sure? How is it measured? Is worth its which for, worth its what for. Guess best to be might, maybe. Be might, maybe. Be might, maybe. Maybe might be. Alright, I'm thirsty and tired. Thanks for watching my show, folks.